How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now, and I really do appreciate you taking your time tuning into my video. Before I start the video, since some of the things I'm going to talk about are what YouTube calls sensitive situations, I'll be changing the wording on what I'm saying just so something doesn't happen to this video. And this video per se isn't about what's happening overseas. This is about what's already happened in the United States and what could possibly happen here as well. Can something like what happened in the Middle East happen here in the United States? Something like the scenario of the movie Red Dawn. Some people are saying Americans need to be ready to defend themselves. Some say the enemy is at the gate, and some say the enemy is already here. One need only to look at what happened where to see what they have in store for this country if their plans succeed. Clearly, Joe Biden helped get us into this dire situation. He's allowed millions of military-aged males to enter this country illegally, including hundreds that are on that you-know-what list. You could see them rallying yesterday in major cities across the country, celebrating the atrocities. Biden ignored a country's name that ends in "an," sanctions that allowed them to generate more than $40 billion in oil revenue, which they used to fund their, let's say, error campaigns. And then he gave them $6 billion more in an ill-conceived ransom payment. Biden gifted, let's say, the word error and then ISTS at the end, in that country that ends in "an," more than $7 billion in military equipment, including aircraft, armored vehicles, explosives, small arms, and ammunition. And I've read a couple of reports that some of that has been used in what happened. While Biden was arming the error ISTSs, he used every trick in the book to disarm law-abiding citizens. He even created an office in the White House to coordinate his plans for total civilian disarmament. In fact, when you look at the totality of his actions, it makes you wonder whose side Biden is on. I'm going to show you something that was posted on X by the Mossad, which is the country's who was attacked, Institute for Intelligence and Special Operations. As you can see, they're warning a certain group of people that there could be trouble in England, Canada, specifically Toronto, Germany, France, and the United States, specifically in New York, Michigan, and Florida. We are the well-regulated militia that framers had in mind when they wrote the Second Amendment. You'll need a good rifle, especially like one that I have on my shirt. And a handgun is recommended as well. And of course you'll need ammunition loaded in magazines, since ammo stored in a can or a cardboard box will do you little good when you really need it. If you're already armed, equipped, and tactically fluent, your job is far from done. Talk to your friends, your family, your neighbors. Help them gain the means and mindset to successfully defend themselves too. We're incredibly fortunate to have the Second Amendment, which is supposed to prohibit the government from infringing on our right to keep and bear arms. But as we know, our Second Amendment rights are being attacked almost every single day. We all realize this as we watch the atrocities unfold. We have to continue to safeguard this basic human right. Most of those civilians had no such protections and ultimately paid a very high price. The government where those atrocities happened has since changed course and granted them some of their gun rights. Of course, it's after the fact, far too late in many cases. And what was Biden doing when all this was happening? He was hosting a barbecue at the White House, complete with a live band. And that's all we can expect from a potato that's the president. But it really doesn't matter because all of his gun control plans became largely mute Saturday as armed error SITS drifted down on unsuspected citizens, like the opening scene from Red Dawn. We will never allow that to happen here, with or without Biden's help. We will help each other make ready, and we will defend ourselves. That's what Americans do. It was eerily like Red Dawn when you saw those paragliders coming out of the sky onto that music festival, and we all know what happened there. So my question to you guys, can this happen here? Because what's been allowed to happen the past couple of years? I've seen some people comment that those people are already here. And I hope it's not true, and I hope it never happens. But I'll tell you what, if it does, they will take their last breath, not back to where they came from, but here in the glorious United States. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. And I really appreciate everybody's support with the channel. You guys have been crushing it by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. And I invite everybody back to see my next video.